Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allah Akbar. Deus não perquia sincero. Tipo de um barrigu. Dá perguntar. Já. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Amen. Kiri eleison. Civil master sabe gatahi. Sabe sata bavantu sukita. Pagabia. Shabon. Aquaba. Upendo na Sheshe. Kamusunida. Domo arigato. Lumayelo wakanto. Takado kashingu. Yabu hinji kwa blessings from the God. Atajama yata hanami. Aho.
Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Shalom, Ni hao, Buenos dias, Ezeche, Aquaba, welcome. What up though? Today we got a story, a series of stories from Aesop's fable, from Greco-Roman civilization, tradition. These stories, amongst the many Aesop's fables, these ones feature the ants and the grasshopper. So, as we share these stories today, we keep in mind the principle of Shobono. Shobono is a word that comes from the Yanomami people of the big river of the Western Hemisphere, the rainforest. Shobono means community hut. It is the community hut where the Yanomami people live and make decisions and cook foods and share meals. It's a big hut where everybody stays. Shobono, we utilize this term to signify consensus, making decisions together or working together as village. Shobono. So we keep this principle in mind as we share these stories of from Aesop's fable, of the ants and the grasshopper. So the first story is about ants and grasshopper. So these are very brief, quick. So here we go, first one, numero uno. During the summer, the ants busy, buzzing, as ants do, quiet. Gathering up food, storing it away, gathering up food, storing away, gathering up food, storing away, gathering up food, storing away, born, work. Worker ants. And the grasshopper sits by in the tall grass, making a little bit of noise, looking at the ants, smiling. Ha, funny ants, look at you. All that work, busy. Come on. Look at this day. It's beautiful. Let's enjoy it. Ants too busy to talk. Too busy. And so the grasshopper says, whatever. I'm going to continue on. And the days continue on like that. And eventually, the temperature changes. The weather changes. The condition changes. It's cold. There's less things about as there was in the summer. And there's less busy about on the surface of the land. And the grasshopper shiver. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's hungry. And the ants underground with them stored up food said, oh, what's wrong, grasshopper? You're not chipper like you was before. And grasshopper says, The ants say, there's benefit in diligence. story. Número dos, second story. This one, it's about the philosopher, the ants, and a message. So there's a philosopher who's standing on the shores of a beach, looking onto the sea, and he sees in the distance a ship sailing by, and the ship comes into some trouble, and it sinks, and everybody on the ship sinks with it. And the philosopher thinks to himself, oh, sadness, the sinking of the ship. What must have happened? What must have been done for everybody on that ship to experience the same devastation that seems to be only caused by the woeful acts of only a few? Why would everybody have to suffer if only a few were the wrongdoers of that ship? All the humanity. So as the philosopher waxes empathetic for the victims of the shipwreck, he is oblivious to the fact that he's standing about the nest of ants. And one of the ants is threatened by his presence standing on top of the hill. So he bites the philosopher on the foot. Hey, get out of here. And the philosopher gets angry. And the philosopher starts to stomp all the ants until all the ants are gone. And then the message is, oh, Mr. Philosopher, Mr. Waxing empathetic about disaster and everybody suffering. What just happened there? That's the story. Número tres. This one is a story about the country mouse and the city mouse. We'll get to it. The country mouse and the city mouse. So the country mouse and the city mouse are cousins. They get along kind of well. So the city mouse goes out into the country to visit his cousin, the country mouse. And as the city mouse is out there, the country mouse shares the best of what is available with the cousin city mouse. Eating on grain, some dried up stuff here, some dried up veggies there, whatever's available, that's what's around. And the city mouse, he says, oh, you know, country mouse, you work so much just to get a few things. You're like a busy ant. Busy, doing all this work, and look what you got to show for it. So little. Some dried up grain. That's all you got. That's the best you can do. You know what? You should come back to where I'm staying in the city. We got, oh, it's so nice. We got so many riches. Cheese and bread. All the finest. Oh, it's so much. It's plentiful. You won't have to worry about anything. I'll stay here. You can stay with me. It definitely beats all this dried up whatever you're eating over here. So Country Mouse says, you know, you've been talking about that for a while, but you know, maybe I'll try it just see you a little bit, see how that's going. So indeed, Country Mouse goes with City Mouse back to the city to see what life is like in the city. And so they get back to where the City Mouse is living. And City Mouse says, now feast your eyes on what you're about to see, and you can have whatever you want. All the splendid treasures are available to you. So, indeed, always cheesy cheese and grainy grain breads and all delicious types of everything. And so as City Mouse and Country Mouse are partaking of a feast, all of a sudden, whah! Slam! Somebody comes in the kitchen and sees the mice, and whoa, the mice got to scurry quick to keep from getting smashed. Wham! Smack! Oh, Country Mouse, scared, frightened, scurrying about into the crevices, into the cracks. So eventually the person leaves the kitchen, and City Mouse says, oh, it's okay, coast is clear, it's alright, we're alright. Let's get back to that feasting, it's kind of nice. So they go back and they get some of that food, and then all of a sudden again somebody comes in, whack! Smack! Pa! And the mice run and hide. And Country Mouse thinks to himself, you know what, City Mouse, you know, you do got some nice things over here. You got some tasty victuals, but you know what? It ain't worth all this. Back in the field, I ain't got to worry about all that smack, whack, bam. I can chill out. Yeah, it's grainy grain and it's dry, whatever. But I ain't got to run and leave droppings accordingly because of that. So the Country Mouse goes back to the country and says, I'm okay with the life of the ants. That's the third joint. Numero tres. Numero cuatro is the story of Grasshopper and the owl. So in this story, Grasshopper is making noise in the fields through the night, through the day, whenever, and Owl is trying to get some sleep. Owl sleep during the day, they wake during the night. So Owl says, oh, Mr. Grasshopper, you know what? That's a fine song you're singing, but can you be a little bit quiet though, because I'm trying to get some sleep. And Grasshopper says, hey, this is what I do. Come on now. You got to let me do what I do. So the Grasshopper continues on, and Owl says, oh, okay, like that, yeah. Then Owl swoops by and ho, quieto. That's numero cuatro. Numero cinco. We got Grasshopper again, except this is Grasshopper and Donkey. So in this one, Grasshopper singing again. Oh, pretty song. And Donkey hears and says, oh, Grasshopper, that's a pretty song. How you sing like that? And Grasshopper says, you know, I eat this here, veggies, the plants, very fine quality grass and dried up stuff. So Donkey says, you know what, I like to sing like that. I'm gonna try that myself. So Donkey tries to eat what Grasshopper eats, and Donkey gets a wee bit of a taste of it and says, yeah, maybe I got to sing like that too much after all. And so Donkey continues on Donkey's way. Those are the stories that we share for today from Aesop's Fables, and coming from the Greco-Roman tradition, with the mindfulness of Shobono, the community hut where decisions are shared. Namaste, assalamu alaikum, shalom, zaijen, adios, stay checkeries, asempe na asamudu kele ufred. One love and peace.
They are the same.
Them talk about these stories. We do our best within these stories to optimize the legitimacy within the stories, our pronunciation, the language, the sources from which we derive the stories, and the manner in which we inform and inspire authenticity within the recipients of these stories to continue the legacy, the inheritance, the treasures of these stories. There are treasures. These stories are rich, and these stories have responsibility. We share these stories with the purpose, with the guidance of knowledge of self, to get a better knowledge of ourselves, an understanding of ourselves, a respect for ourselves and for each other, to better live in peace, harmony, prosperity with ourselves, with each other, with attunement with the Tao, the path, the way, the Dharma, the great mystery, the will of God. In any and all the ways we understand that. One universe, one love and peace.